While we were living in the town of Cadereyta, they built a high-speed toll road from Reynosa at the US-Mexico border all the way to Monterrey, and it went right through our town. The toll was a little expensive, but the highway was very convenient for people traveling back and forth. The official speed limit on this Mexican autobahn was 80 miles per hour, but many people went 100 miles per hour or more. Though it was wide and well-made and maintained, there were still plenty of car accidents, many within the area we covered as first responders. In Spanish, it was called the autopista, but we called it the autopsia, or autopsy, because of the many deaths that occurred on this highway. One day we got a call about a bad accident just outside the city, only a few minutes away, with multiple victims. We dispatched all 3 ambulances to the scene. We never knew what to expect when we answered a call, so we always prepared for the worst. This accident was one of the worst. A family of 6 spanning 3 generations, packed into a little compact car, a turquoise Chevy Joy. The young couple was traveling with their parents and their 2 small children. I don't know what caused the accident or how the driver lost control. All I know is that the compact car flipped and rolled, breaking off pieces, shattering glass, and ejecting passengers all over the highway. The crumpled wreckage sat upright on the median. Only the 2 children survived and miraculously suffered no serious injuries. Carmen, one of my female EMTs, was distracting the children with toys and a stuffed animal she always had for just such circumstances as these. She did this while the remains of the parents and grandparents were bagged and loaded into the units. This was tough, and I was shaken and traumatized by the whole tragic scene. I tried to keep it together on the outside, but on the inside, I was wailing in grief over this family. Later on, family of the victims were contacted and notified of the accident. I was asked to go pick up some relatives who arrived later by bus. I took the ambulance and met a man and a woman. They had no information except that there had been an accident and were asked to come to Cadereyta. The first thing he asked me was if everyone was all right. It fell to me to tell him that his parents and brother and sister-in-law were all dead. He broke down and sobbed uncontrollably as I tried to maintain my professional composure and at the same time show some compassion and offer some feeble words of consolation. As I drove the ambulance to the hospital where his family's remains were and his niece and nephew, I took the opportunity to talk about the brevity of life and how it can end at any moment for any of us, and the importance of being ready for eternity by trusting in Christ. Just a few simple words. He was very distraught and shaken, but he thanked me for my words, as awkward as they were. I was still pretty distraught and shaken myself. I walked them into the hospital and took them to the social services department, where the children were waiting. I excused myself and went home to my family and hugged them. I remember that I didn't get much sleep that night, but prayed for that family and thanked God for my own precious wife and children. Thank you so much for listening to this true story from Memoirs of Mexico. If you enjoyed this story, or if it was a blessing to you, please feel free to like and subscribe to my channel. That would be a blessing to me. I upload a new true story every day. If you like to read, you can also order Memoirs of Mexico in paperback or ebook on Amazon.com. There's a link in the description. Thanks again for listening.